In this video I'm gonna do the sorting of the pages. So first of all I want to get from admin footer this jQuery link and cut it, and I'm gonna paste it in the header because I'm gonna be using jQuery in views and they get rendered before the footer, so I need to have it here. And now in pages.js I need to modify this table a bit, the TRs, that is, which are gonna be sortable. And for the sorting functionality I'm gonna use jQuery UI sortable, so I need to get that jQuery UI, so I'm just gonna Google for it here. Okay, and this one is fine, so just copy the source and I'm gonna have that script here. So actually source is there. Okay, so that looks good. And now inside of the table, each item you want to be sortable needs to have an ID that goes like so: ID equals and ID underscore and an ID. Okay, and I'm gonna have here the ID of the page, so let me just get the code for that, because the snippet doesn't work in here for me for some reason. So this is gonna be page dot underscore ID, and I'm also gonna give each tr a class of its slug. So just copy this and paste here, and this is gonna be slug. And I'm doing that because I don't want the home tr to be sortable. So I'm gonna give this tr here a class of home as well. Okay, so now if I refresh here, could not find a match and close tag. Oh, I'm missing a greater than here. Okay, so if I inspect this now, so this tr has a class of home and about us, the next one, and services, so that's fine, and they have their respective IDs as well, so that's all good. So after the jQuery UI, I'm gonna have another set of script tags, and I'm gonna select the T-body. So you need to select the T-body and not the table if you want the TRs to be sortable. And I'm gonna say here sortable, and I'm gonna pass an object as the argument. And now here I'm gonna say items, and I'm gonna say which items I don't want to be sortable. So that's gonna be TRs with class of home. Okay. And I'm also gonna say placeholder here, and this is gonna be a CSS class that is used to mark the drop point. I'm gonna say here UI state dash highlight, and you're gonna see what I mean in a minute. And finally update, and have a function here. Just format that a bit. So on update, I'm gonna get the IDs, so I'm gonna say var IDs is gonna be equal to, and I'm gonna copy and paste that. And now I'm gonna pass a string serialize as the argument, so I'm gonna get the IDs serialized, and the URL I need as well, and the URL is gonna be /admin/pages/add dash reorder, that is dash page. And finally I'm gonna have an Ajax call here, so it's gonna be a post, and I'm gonna pass the URL and the IDs. Okay, so if I refresh again, let's see, and I am able to drag and drop this, and I can't home, or this one here. So that's working as expected. So now in admin pages, I need to create that post reorder pages route, so I'm just gonna copy this and down here paste that, and I'm gonna say here post reorder pages, and there's gonna be a post request, and here I'm gonna say /reorder dash pages. And so let's see just what I get in rec body. So I'm just gonna console log rec.body here and refresh. So now if I reorder this and I don't get anything, let's see, I have a bit of a problem. Okay, it's page and not pages, so here it's supposed to be pages, now it should be fine. And here it is, so I have this object with a key ID and square brackets and an array of IDs, so that's good. So I'm gonna say here that var IDs is equal to rec.body, and I can say now, for example, ID like so. This isn't gonna work because of the square brackets. It needs to be a string, so I'm gonna have square brackets here, and this is gonna be a string, ID and square brackets like so. And now I'm gonna loop through the IDs and update the sorting. So I'm gonna have a variable here called count, which I'm gonna initialize to 0. And I'm gonna say for. So for var I0, I less than ID's length, I++, that's all good. Just format this a bit. Control Alt F in NetBeans. And I'm gonna say in here that var ID is equal to IDs with a key of I and count ++. So I want to increment the count by 1 for each instance in the loop. And in here I'm gonna say page and find by ID and pass the ID in here and have a callback air and page. And in here I'm gonna say page sorting is equal to count and page save now. And pass a callback in here with error in case there's an error. So I'm gonna say here if error return console log error and just format all this like so. And okay, let's see what happens now. So if I refresh this and let's just check the pages here. So sorting 0 for home and 100 for about us and services. And if I do this, for example, and look here, let's see what happens. They're both 2. So why is this happening? Why isn't one 1 and the other 2? And that's because node is asynchronous as opposed to being synchronous. So this is, it's not gonna run one loop, the loop one time, and then the second and so on is just gonna happen all at once. Once again, because node is asynchronous in essence. So to remedy this, I'm gonna wrap this part in a closure. So I'm gonna open braces here and have a function in which I'll pass the count, and I'm gonna cut and paste that closing function here and open braces here and say count. Okay, and now it should work. So let me just see. Okay, so if I refresh again and do this, there are no errors. Let's refresh here, and now it's 1 and 2. So services is 1 and about us is 2. And if I do this and I refresh, I can see it stays in place. And let's check now. So about us is 2 now, and if I refresh, about us is 1 and services is 2. So that works. Okay, so if you ever encounter a weird problem. It's because Node is asynchronous, so if this was, let's say, C# or PHP, then this would work fine, just like so. But in Node, no, because it's asynchronous. Okay, so that's it for the functionality. I just wanna add a style here. Two styles actually for the front end and the admin. So I'm gonna have a style here and just copy and paste that actually. And this one is gonna be admin style. And in here I'm gonna say tr, not actually just like so, home. I want to have cursor as pointer, and actually I should give this this table actually a specific class, so it doesn't get applied to every table. So sorting I'll give it, and I'm gonna say here sorting. tr not home cursor pointer, that's fine, and that UI dash state dash highlight. Let me just find it and copy it so I don't need to write that. It's a bit of a hassle. Copy that and paste that here. And I'm gonna say here border 1 pixel dashed and CCC. Okay, and to include this in the admin header, so I'm gonna include it up here. I'm gonna have a link here, and because I set this public folder to serve static files, I usually don't need to specify the public folder. So, and this should be in a CSS folder actually. So just create that folder and drag that in there. So it should be enough to say just slash CSS slash admin style.css. And if I refresh this now, it works. And you can see that border now being applied to the drop point. So that's the point of that placeholder. Okay, just refresh this. So about should be 1 and services 2, the sorting that is, and it is so. Okay, that's it for this video. See you in the next